Okay, we're live right now. This is Dan with the Corporate Thief Beats. Just got an article that I want to chat with you guys about. I was just chatting to one of my friends the other day, and I was telling him that I have a blog on my site and I help hip hop artists with their music marketing. And he also said, "Well, you're a songwriter as well. Why aren't you teaching people to write songs as well?" So I'm just going to start giving some advice about writing lyrics and my experiences being a songwriter. In the title of this post, there's going to be a corresponding blog post. The link will be under the description, and don't forget to check out that link. And here's the blog post. It's called "How to Write Good Rap Lyrics." So you could have the best voice and best delivery, but if your rap lyrics aren't impressive and don't say anything that people relate to, it won't matter that much. When it comes to writing rap lyrics or rap songs, regardless of your level of expertise, it's important to learn the proper way to write that lyrics and the way to execute them. Remember, just because some things are hard in life doesn't mean they can't be done. So just take a time to practice everything, and hopefully these 6 tips that I've created will help you out and help you to create good rap lyrics. So the first point of this post is to create a song that people can relate to. One of the best ways you can do this is write about real life, your real things that happen to you. This is very important because people like to hear things that other people are currently experiencing, and they want the answers. Like a good example that I always use is Kid Cudi. When I started listening to Kid Cudi at the very start, when he first came out, I just thought it was kind of cool because all the rap songs out there were just rapping about money and drugs and violence and stuff like that. And here's Kid Cudi coming out rapping about depression, loneliness, girls that he liked. I just thought it was really cool, and it was stuff that I related to. So if you write lyrics about life and other interesting things, this allows you to relate to people on a very strong level. That's why Kid Cudi's fans, even though if his music, in my opinion, isn't as good as it was before, he kind of just lost that relationship with people. But at the start, he had a great relationship with his fans because he had that connection of loneliness, pretty girls that didn't like him. He just seemed like a regular guy. That's why he's this kind of cult following. There's a higher chance that you will gain fans and avid listeners if you write rap songs that relate to people. For instance, if you write a song about something you personally feel or current issues in society, like if you write about a girl that you can't get with her, you will relate to other guys that can't get that, or if you're breaking up with a girl or something like that, or stuff like that. Or like J. Cole does it really well in one of his songs where he's talking about one of his girlfriends getting pregnant and stuff like that. And it's very real life kind of things. And don't worry if you feel that you're a bit young and you haven't really experienced life yet. Don't worry about it. The best thing to do in that situation is to create stories, create characters. It doesn't have to be real. Just, let's say, a lot of the time, sometimes I don't directly copy someone else's song, but I'll completely take their kind of, what's one of the word I'm looking for, the metaphor behind the song, or what the song is about. Like one of my favorite songs that I've written was based on a song that was in the TV series Scrubs. And when Turk finally asked Carla to marry him, in Reith Miller plays a song in the background, and it's basically the theme of the song is where a guy is a bit afraid to ask a girl to marry him. And I took that theme, even though my song, it doesn't sound anything like Reith Miller's song, but I still have the same theme as Reith Miller. I just thought it was an interesting way to write a song, and it just gave me that shift away from writer's block. And plus, it's one of my favorite songs that I've written, and a lot of my friends really like that song too. So that kind of just jumps right into my second point. So your song should always tell a story. Like rapping is basically telling a story. So when you write rap lyrics, there should be a beginning, a middle, and an end. This means that you have to pick a subject first, then create a story about it. The lyrics should progress from start to instance, from start to end. For instance, if you write a lyrics that start with your childhood days, and then you talk about memorable experience in your teenage years, and finally you talk about how much you've learned and how much you've grown as a person, and how much the people around you have helped you kind of create who the person who you are. This is telling a story, and this is where the verse is so important for the rap artist. Like you're the main storyteller. This is why when it comes to like pop songs, the singer can show how good of a singer they are when they sing the chorus. Do you know what I mean? Whereas it's just because, yeah, their song really kind of comes to life in the chorus, and that's good for radio play and stuff like that. But when you're a hip hop artist, it's all about that 16. That 16 bars tells a story, and some of the best artists that do that, Eminem, in my opinion, J. Cole, and certain extents Kanye West and stuff like that. I really like. They're the people that I've listened to, and I really like the way they tell stories, and I understand their verses. And Kendrick Lamar is another one like that. So it's important for you as a rapper. Don't worry about the chorus and the hook. Just make sure you've got a good story and goes and related back to what my first point was. Make it relatable to something, and know who your target audience is. If you're aiming for the old guys that like hip hop, you have to find a way to relate to them. If you're looking to rap to people in their 20s and 30s, you have to think of experiences that you have. Maybe it could be like money issues and stuff like that. If you're relating to kids, maybe it could be school, bullying, stuff like that. Always has to come back to a story. And just remember, that's a really strong point, that when you're creating that verse, that you really like make it look like you ask or tell friends, and make sure that they understand it, and without explaining to them, make sure that they get the gist of what you're trying to tell them with just reading the lyrics without just rapping them yet. I wouldn't worry about rapping them just yet. Just make sure that you can always change your lyrics around, but make sure that the story is what you can stand out, and what people will affect people. So moving on to my third point, words that rhyme don't work all the time. This is one of the biggest flaws I see with like newbie rappers or newbie songwriters and stuff like that. They always worry about rhyme. Everything has to rhyme, everything rhyme. Just like I mentioned in the second point, it's really important that you have a good story. You're telling something that's interesting, that can relate to people. You can always go back to changing rap lyrics over and over again. I remember like Kid Cudi talking about when he wrote Day and Night, he said he changed the lyrics around so many times. And it was just, I know I've used Kid Cudi uh, as an example a bit too much, but he said that he, from time to time, he always had to change the lyrics up because he had the concept of the song. That was the most important. Day and Night, the lonely loner, he's frees his mind at night. That kind of, he had that concept. The lonely loner concept was just so powerful, and which drew that kind of cult following towards him. And I know that that part rhymes, but I wouldn't worry about that. That stuff can always kind of be fixed. And the best thing is to surround yourself when you're worried about like stuff like when lyrics don't rhyme. Best thing is to kind of put yourself around good people who know music, like producers, mix engineers, people who've worked with artists a lot of the time, other kind of hip hop artists, and bounce ideas off them to get that kind of rhyme. And don't forget to use things like the thesaurus, and start looking up other meanings for words. Don't be so generic when you're trying to rhyme. A lot of time people fail to realize that it's not really important for the words to rhyme all the time. You don't have to get this, you have to get rid of this idea that rap lyrics need to rhyme. One of the most possible things that can happen when you force words to rhyme is that limits become on things you can say. keeping in mind that you can't afford a lot of words that rhyme with one another. You can't afford to find like everything that raps together. Sometimes you might be able to find a better word in somewhere that no one has used before. That's more unique. So if you limit yourself to rhyming words all the time, you're going to lose that chance to be different. You're going to be lose that chance to be versatile and set yourself apart from every other rapper. I think that was actually a more important part of the article than I actually realized until I've actually said it out loud on this kind of audio blog. So I'm actually kind of delighted that I put that point in. At first, I didn't think it was as important now, but now that I've actually said it to myself, I kind of understand. I'm kind of thinking in my head when I'm writing songs and I get that fear of having to rhyme all the time. But just moving on anyway, practice and master your wordplay. I remember talking to Pat Para on one of my podcasts. He was a freestyle rap artist. One of the biggest things he said to me, when he said, when you're learning freestyle rap, two things you do all the time is don't stop, because you just, to sound like a pro, don't stop. If you make a mistake, just keep going and just keep practicing all the time. And he said one of the biggest things that he says, when people start to rap at the very start, they always worry about not rapping fast. They hear like crazy rappers online that can really rap like really fast, and that's what worries them all the time. But if you look at some of the best rappers, like in my opinion, I think Rick Ross is a really good rapper. I don't really like the content that he raps about. Not as a lyricist, I don't think he's great, but the way he raps, I just think he's a great rapper. But when I was talking to Pat Para about that, he said that the reason why Rick Ross sounds so good as a rapper is because he raps really slow. And this is one thing that most rappers should start off doing as well when they're first getting together, is to rap slow. Don't play too fast. One of the best things about being a great rapper is that they have to master wordplay. So start learning wordplay. Uh, this is kind of a clever manipulation or a clever use of words in some kind of fashion. So wordplay isn't as important but it will get you the attention of your listeners. So I was just kind of coming back to the third point where I said the importance of being unique and kind of being different than everyone else, and not worrying about rhyming, but trying to find something different. So make sure that you're using that thesaurus. Just Google the thesaurus and you'll find different words for. You should be writing down these things every day. Maybe like if you're coming on to Twitter every day to tweet your new mixtape all the time, you should at least be spending like 10 minutes a day looking up new words that you find kind of a different and that no rapper has used before. And I think it also demonstrates your mastery as a wordsmith. And aside from wordplay, it also helps you to inject metaphors and similes into your lyrics as well. So that's another good point. That was point 4. Point 5 is a small bit of a plug, and a shameful plug, and I won't dwell on that too long. But it's important to have a good rap beat, and it makes it easier for you to rap or create a song when you have a good rap beat. And if you need beats, don't hesitate to hit up the corporatelybeats.com, and we've got tons of beats there, and there's tons of other beat sites online. But if you need beats, check out the Corporate Thief Beats. It's always good to have a good instrumental and a good production, and you won't have to worry about mixing or anything like that. Just having a good beat will create that mindset for creativity as well. So think of it that way too. Also, the final point, aim to improve your writing skills consistently. Last but not least, I think it's important to challenge yourself to become better at writing rap lyrics. One of the things you can do is to analyze great lyrics. So pick one of your favorite songs, like Stan by Eminem, and just kind of dissect it and see how Eminem wrote it down. Look up kind of stuff on YouTube about rappers talking about how they wrote songs about it. I think I have a post on my site about Kendrick Lamar, and this is one of my favorite videos of him talking about how he wrote King Kuta. and he said it was just inspired by Boondocks, and he really liked the character of Kunta Kinte, and he was when he was talking to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre told him about um, a Compton artist, and that's where they found that actual beat for King Kunta, and Kendrick Lamar actually wrote a song based on that kind of experience and paying homage to that artist from Compton. I can't remember what the name of the artist was again. It's just gone from my head. I remember I have a blog post about it and all on my site, but I thought that was a really good point about how Kendrick Lamar pieced that song together. And it just shows you how to improve your writing skills when you're kind of listening and looking up these artists and picking out their songs and see what makes their songs and the structure that they can do. Like, you don't have to always write intro, verse, chorus, outro. It doesn't always have to be like that. Some songs out there just don't have a chorus. Like, sometimes I don't even know, just because you go to genius.com, they say that this is the chorus doesn't actually mean it's the chorus. Sometimes, like, all of these kind of rappers kind of write whatever they want and they sing whatever they want because it feels right in the song, and it's not actually the chorus. It's okay to challenge yourself and be different sometimes. Maybe it's not going to be the radio single because radio is very strict about verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Those 3-minute songs, that's fair enough. You'll kind of have to do that anyway, but not all your album or mixtape has to have those rigid, structured songs. Break it up a little bit, like maybe kind of hit them with the chorus when you start off the song, and then hit them with a verse, and then hit them with a pre-chorus where you don't actually play the chorus, you kind of play a kind of quieter piece and build back into the verse again. There's always kind of ways. I just kind of study song structures, and some songs, like, they have a chorus, and then at the end of the chorus there's like another part of a chorus, and it's kind of a chorus outro or a middle eight after the chorus. Sometimes you might hear these things called the bridge of the song, or the middle eight is another term for it. I use the word bridge. I've always used the word bridge. And sometimes I might go like hit him with the chorus, then I might go to the verse, then I might hit him with a pre-chorus, but not hit him with the chorus again. I might just jump back into the second verse, then hit him with the pre, and then hit him with the chorus. And that's kind of my structure. Other times I do verse, chorus, and then bridge, and then outro. There's all different kind of ways to do it. Sometimes you can change things around and try and be unique with your song structure and study other song structures from the artists that you like as well. That's really important. So practice those kind of things as well. These will really make you a better rap lyricist if that's the goal that you want to achieve. One of the things you can do is to analyze your favorite artists. The next thing you can do is break down their lyrics and break down their themes, the words that they used, and why they wrote it that way. And that's some of the best points that I have about creating good rap lyrics or good songs in general. It doesn't have to be if you're not a rapper listening to this podcast or audio blog. I wouldn't worry about that. You can always incorporate words and starting sentences until you come up with a whole set of lyrics. So there you go. Always remember that when you want to learn how to write rap lyrics, showcase your creativity, don't hesitate to show imagery, wordplay, metaphors. A lot of the time, don't forget to tell a story. That's the most important thing I want you to take away from this audio blog, is that it's really important to tell the story, because you are the rapper and you're the storyteller of a song. A lot of the time, hip-hop artists don't sing the chorus. Some of them do. But if you're a hip-hop artist that does sing the chorus, that's great. Don't worry about that. But I think it's so important to have those good verses, and don't worry about rapping fast. Rap slow at the start. If you get better and improve your skills over time, then you can hit them with that fast rapping, if that's something that you want to achieve. But you'll definitely improve your writing skills. And if you're stuck with a little writer's block or anything like that, take a listen to the audio blog again. You can download this audio blog for free. There'll be a link under the description box. It'll probably be on SoundCloud or something like that anyway. So don't worry. Take the audio blog down. And if you're feeling like you're getting stuck writing and you're having that kind of creative block, listen to the blog or read the blog posts and listen to the audio blog again. And it might inspire you to come up with some ideas that I have given you to get through that kind of that lack of creativity phase. So this was Dan with the Corporate Thief Beats. That was my 6 tips on how to write good rap lyrics. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And this was Dan with the Corporate Thief Beats. I'll check you out in the next video, guys. Take care.